Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. From the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's The Ramsey Show, where we help people build wealth, do work that they love, and create actual amazing relationships. Rachel Cruze, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, co-host of the Ramsey Network hit, Smart Money Happy Hour, and my daughter. She's my co-host today. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Stella is in Arizona. Hi, Stella.
Hello.
How can we help today?
A big question that I have, what recommendations do you have to increase your income while being a homeschool parent?
How do you increase your income while being a homeschool parent?
Oh, well, let me elaborate a little bit. My situation with my husband is not that good, and I plan to eventually file for divorce once this homeschool year finishes. So for now, since I'm a full-time homeschool parent, I don't have any work right now. So I was wondering what kind of tips.
So you're talking about in May, that's the end of the homeschool year?
Yes, correct.
And how many children do you have, hon?
I have 2 children.
What ages?
They're very young. 4 and 1.
What are you homeschooling a 4-year-old?
I'm sorry?
How is a 4-year-old in homeschool?
Pre-K, so foundation for reading, language arts, and math. So yeah, I still full-time, and especially when since I have my younger son, he's 1, so he still definitely depends on me. He's very attached to me, as he should be.
Okay, so if you file divorce, you understand that you're going to be working full-time.
Oh, yes, I understand.
And the kids
too.
you're not going to be homeschooling ever again.
Yes,
Who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to take care of the children?
Well, I was already thinking on enrolling them on daycare, also a local preschool.
How long has it been since you've been in the workplace?
Well, it has been about a year.
Okay. What were you doing? What were you doing before?
Oh wow. Well, I was working for a gas company.
For what company?
For a gas company.
A gas company. What were you making, Stella, at that position?
Oh, at that position, I was making around $54,000 a year. However, I recently got an offer letter that I could be making probably $40 an hour due to the experience that I have. So hopefully at least.
Are you in like any immediate, like, can you stay in this marriage till May?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay, so there's not
my husband provides, yes, ma'am.
What's wrong with your marriage, hon?
Well, I think during a marriage, you should be able to negotiate the terms of the initial plans. For instance, my husband and I agreed that we will be homeschooling our children at the very beginning of our marriage. And everything was going fine since I was working also from home. My kids were little, so that was manageable. But for instance, it came to a point that I was able to change jobs, working outside of the house. And my husband didn't really like that. And also it was a little hard for me to be away from my daughter. So that
does not sound like the reason to end a marriage.
Also, for instance, I wanted to work now that my son is 1 year old. However, my husband.
So there's a values difference. So have you guys done counseling? Have you guys sought a professional?
Well, I have suggested that, of course, to my husband, since we have been gotten into many arguments about finances and our homeschooling. But for instance, I have suggested that, and my husband does not think it's appropriate.
Okay, have you seen someone, Stella?
I'm sorry?
Have you seen someone professionally? Yourself?
We have done individually.
Okay.
It was 2 years ago, but honestly, we gave up.
Okay. Well, everything in my mind, I would exhaust every level of energy and effort and time and money to make this marriage work. And the reasons that you're giving me, and I'm sure they're symptoms of bigger things going on underneath, from a depth level perspective with your marriage. But I would push you to go back before you make this decision. I would implore you to go and sit down and be in therapy for months and see what else can change in your marriage so that this doesn't have to be the outcome. And if you still get to this place that you are going to, that this is the route and you're going to file for divorce, then, then I would start working. I wouldn't be homeschooling right now. I would be back in the workforce and not let the first time to be in the workforce is in the middle of a divorce. But I would want that to be, I would want you guys to do a lot of work.
Since especially the school year.
There's not a school year for a 4-year-old.
It's a 4-year-old, okay?
There's not a school year for a 4-year-old.
I would not put that pressure on yourself. I mean, even kindergarten, right? Like if you got to repeat kindergarten, that's pretty light. Yeah, that's light lifting. Some kids don't even do preschool and go straight to kindergarten. So I would not hedge so much weight on this year for quote unquote homeschool for your kids. I would be weighting my marriage, the work around that, and or getting back into the workforce.
Or both. Yeah.
Yeah, or both.
And say, okay, I'm announcing the kids are going into daycare and I'm taking this new job and I'm going to see a marriage counselor. Will you come with me? Because if you don't, we're probably going to end this, but I'm going to go work on it. And I want to work on it together. And if you want to give it a try, this is how it's going to go. And I'm going to make an announcement. This is what's happening. And it's not a question. It's not a asking permission.
It sounds like he wants you to be doing this.
Stating that's what I'm going to do. You take that offer letter, $40 an hour, you go to work to get into daycare. Let's do it. And because that's what's coming anyway. Might as well just decide and do it. And then make the moves. But I'm with Rachel. I'm having trouble connecting with you enough that I can understand why this is going on. So I think you do need to follow Rachel's suggestion. Hold on, folks. Don't panic. Buying a home in today's market doesn't have to be complicated, but it does take more than hope and a quick internet search. To get the right home, one that will be a blessing and not a burden, you need a trusted mortgage partner who will listen and serve you, not push more debt. You need the professionals at Churchill Mortgage. I've personally recommended Churchill for over 30 years, and they're the only mortgage company that's Ramsey trusted. Churchill stands out because they operate the Ramsey way with transparency, integrity, and a commitment to doing what's right for the customer, not what's profitable for themselves. Churchill aligns with Ramsey's values by focusing on education, responsible mortgage lending, and helping people make smart, long-term decisions that enable them to build lasting wealth. Go to ChurchillMortgage.com today to begin a better mortgage experience. ChurchillMortgage.com.
This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org. Equal housing lender.
Bob is in New Hampshire. Hey, Bob, how are you?
I'm doing okay, I guess, Dave.
Cool. How can we help?
Well, we've for quite a while now, we've had financial problems with bills. We owe a lot of debt, and one of the problems is my wife has a habit of spending constantly, and she pretty much goes through all of the income that we have in a month. We've had discussions over it and everything, and it doesn't set in, but it is a little bit. I mean, she's a little better, but she just has this habit of when she walks in the store, she's got to buy.
Okay, how can we help?
Well, my question is as to what direction should I be using to, I guess, get her to stop completely from wasting the money and then being able to catch up on things.
I mean, Bob, when you say that, I mean, you're saying that she's spending the whole paycheck. So would you think it's a level of addiction? Would you go that far?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And has she gotten help for it? Besides you just telling her not to? Okay, why not?
Yeah. We've had numerous discussions on it.
Because you're not going to change her. She has to do the work to understand what is happening for her, because it's a real thing. I mean, we see that more often than, it's becoming more and more common, I feel like. So why has she not taken steps to find healing in this?
Well, the strange thing is she knows that she's, the problem to our problem, and she's always feeling sorry for it. But when the income comes in, she goes out and she spends, and she doesn't look at what she's spending. In other words, she'll go out.
So
for,
how old are you
groceries.
guys?
Pardon me?
How old are you two?
She's 78, and I'm going to be 73 in the next couple of weeks.
Bob, why don't you just take her, like, she can't have access to the money? Like, if it's an addiction like this is what we would tell couples, is to say the one that is struggling does not get access to money because she has a spending addiction. And you would say, all right, we're going to have X amount for groceries. And when you go to the grocery store, this is, if that's what she does, then here's the amount you have.
In cash.
But she doesn't get access to the checking account.
Yeah, and to the income. What is your income at monthly?
Believe it or not, it's over $7,000.
Okay, I believe it. And and how much debt have you guys run up?
Well, the house still has $267,000. We probably have about $40,000 in debt.
On what?
Well, we have one vehicle. We have numerous credit cards.
So what do you owe on your car?
I believe it's about $25,000.
Okay. And what do you owe on the credit cards?
Credit cards total about $10,000.
Okay. And that's 35. And what's the other 5?
The other 5 would probably be, well, actually, we just had a roof put on the house, so.
That's $5,000.
Yeah.
Really? You had a roof put on your house for $5,000?
Well, I paid some of it, so there's some money left over on it.
Okay, like a lot more. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So, so you guys can live on $7,000 if you're in agreement and in alignment, and you stick to a budget, and you could reduce the debt. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. You own 2 cars? The other one's paid for?
One vehicle.
I'm sorry?
One vehicle.
The only car you have is $25,000 in debt.
Right.
Okay. All right. But I think you could probably, with that kind of an income, clear the $40,000 in debt if we were reasonably spending on $7,000. Agreed? That's what your problem is. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, the way it's going to sound at my house, and you can do what you want to do, but you called us, is, hon, I think we have a problem. And it's you. You're out of control, and you can't seem to control it, and it's really sad. Consequently, we don't have any money, and we're in debt, and we have plenty of income. And so here's what's going to happen. We're going to try this first. We're going to agree on a budget this month. You and I both have a vote. We're going to spend $7,000 on the Every Dollar app, and we're going to have a plan. And we're going to stick to that plan. And you're not going to go into a store and go out of control again. If you do, next month, you will have zero access to the money. I will shut everything down and put it in my name to protect me and our family from you.
Right.
That's how it's going to sound. So we're going to try this together like two grown-ups that can function. And so if you're being immature, you can merely adjust the immaturity. If you are an addict, we're going to discover that in one more month, and we're going to treat you like an addict at that point. I don't know. I can't diagnose if someone has an OCD.
Well, there's a level of medicating that's for sure going on.
Well, at a minimum, there's immaturity and princess syndrome or something.
Yeah.
Right? But at a minimum. At a maximum, 2% of the public has been diagnosed literally with a spending addiction, a shopping addiction. And 2%. And it's an OCD behavior. And, it's a psychological label and done by professionals. And we deal with them. But most of the time when we deal with it, we're just dealing with somebody who's being selfish, immature, and a princess, or I deserve it and you don't, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And you do. So I don't know which one she is, but I would, if it was my wife, I'm going to have a real clear conversation that says, for one more month, we're going to try this. And if we fail this experiment, that you and I cannot act like two adults at 78 freaking years old, we can't act like grown-ups and live within our means, then I'm going to shut down your access to everything.
And it sounds like that's what's going to happen.
I think it is.
Yeah, 100%. And Bob, for her sake, too, encouraging her, we just said this in the last call, but for real, she needs to go get help for it, because as she's not a whole person. Like there is a level there that is eroding her quality of life, who she is as a person, and who she's going to be as a wife. I'm like, you're getting someone who's not functioning. None of us are fully, but there is a very obvious issue there that she's just not addressing head on. And I don't think you're getting the quality wife that you could have too, if she doesn't go through a level of healing to this, because that's probably what, it could be immaturity and all of it, but at 78 and him having this conversation, her knowing intellectually where they are, but her compulsion, it's still happening. Mm-hmm. There's stuff happening in there. So right. I would, for her sake, like the financial side is one thing, Bob, but if that's my spouse, I'm like, I want her to get healing. I want her to understand what's going on and to find, I don't know, peace in this, because there's just chaos happening inside of her, I would imagine, and it's coming out medicating in spending. And so you're not getting a great wife either, a great partner. She's not getting a great self. I don't know. There's a lot there.
There's a thing mixed up between in the psychology and the spirituality of godliness with contentment is great gain. And if I can't find contentment, and so I'm chasing it somewhere else, that is a spiritual disease. Yeah. And it's also can be an addictive compulsion. And it can be
just immaturity. Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Self-centeredness.
That's right.
And no one ever told me no.
That's right. Yeah.
And including you, Bob, you've never told her no. And, and her daddy never told her no.
In a pretty, consequential way.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
It's not an option. And so, so I can't tell exactly, and I'm really not going to diagnose something as severe as a spending addiction and this, but it could be. So I'm going to treat it that way and move down that process, and it's going to stop one way or the other. These days, business as usual is anything but. Tariffs make trade policy a moving target, supply chains are squeezed, and cash flow is probably tighter than ever. So if your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. That's why you need NetSuite by Oracle, trusted by more than 42,000 businesses, including Ramsey Solutions. You need to see what's happening, what's stuck, and what's costing you, and how to fix it. And NetSuite is the #1 cloud-based business management suite because it helps your business make the right decisions fast. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR into one place so you're not left shuffling a dozen different spreadsheets. That gives you the visibility you need to make quick decisions based on actionable data. And NetSuite AI automates everyday tasks so your team can focus on strategy. It's one system for full control and no guesswork to tame the chaos. And right now, if you're leading a business doing more than $1 million in annual revenue, download NetSuite's free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders, at netsuite.com/Ramsey. That's netsuite.com/Ramsey. Well, I got to tell you, we have a wonderful product that we do a low volume, very expensive print run on. We turn the creatives loose and just let them play in their little sandbox, and they do a beautiful job making this product lights out. It is the Ramsey Gold Planner, and I think this is our 10th year maybe of doing this, and it is drop dead gorgeous. It's very expensive to produce because it's so pretty, and all this stuff is in it. And but we've got it on sale as the pre-sale for 2026 if you want your Ramsey Gold Planner. It's only $35.97, and that's good through Labor Day. So next week, that deal will be gone, in other words. And so if you want one, you need to get in there. What it is you open up the month, and as you open up the month, at the beginning of the month is a couple of page, I would call it almost a devotional from Jade or Rachel or John Deloney. And then when you open the next page, it's the entire month spread out on the 2 pages. When you open the next page, it's the first week of the month spread out on 2 pages. And then the next week, and then the next week, and then the next week, then you go the next month. So if you're old school, my wife still keeps one of these old school hand-done calendars all the time, carries it around with her. If you like that stuff and you want the inspiration from Rachel, Jade, and John, and it's really good, and the stickers there to do the whole thing, the whole bit. There's a whole thing around these gold planners.
Yeah, it's not just a calendar.
It's got its own little world around it.
There is, yeah.
So anyway, it's better than ever. New monthly content from everybody. And again, till Labor Day, it's only $35.97, and we will take the price on up because we only do about 10 or 20,000 of these things. So we don't do a huge volume. It's not like we sell 2 million of them or something.
So time sensitive. Once the new year hits, you're done. So
if we don't sell them, we got to put them in the dumpster. So we got to make sure that we sell out. And so RamseySolutions.com/store, or if you're listening online, you can click the link in the description. Nick's in California. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Good. How's it going, Dave?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
Love it. My wife and I, we went through FPU right after we got married. We followed your plan ever since.
How long you been married?
And 17 years.
Well, good for you. Wow. You a millionaire?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, pretty much.
Good. Work.
It's really good. So we gross about $350 a year. We have over $400,000 saved, combining, all the Roth and the kid savings and whatnot.
Good.
Yeah. So we've been very disciplined. And you've helped us get there. It's been really, really great. But I feel like, okay, we've done this for so long, it's kind of become who we are, and we're saving and we're building wealth, and we pay off one thing. We got debt free. We didn't do the call, but we ended up buying another farm, and then now we got more debt now, but that's producing income too. And, now our kids are grown up and they're kind of at a fun age, and I don't want to miss out on memories, but we're so caught up into just paying down debt and saving and building wealth that we're not, I want to go buy jet skis, and I want to get quads, and I want to go do fun things that I did as a kid and make those memories with them now that, while they still like me.
Okay. Wait a minute. You have zero debt except real estate, correct?
I would say real estate's 90% of it. I mean, we got a tractor.
Oh, you flunked to FPU.
Well,
Oh, I thought you were a star pupil and became a millionaire, and then you went and financed a tractor.
well, that is actually an interesting.
No, there's nothing interesting at all about it. It's pitiful.
Okay, Nick, but you got but he's got $400,000 in savings.
No,
which I know part
that's
of
that's in his Roth IRAs. He can't pay the tractor off with that. What do you owe on your tractor, Nick?
Do you have liquid savings, Nick?
What do you owe on your tractor, Nick?
I actually got it for free. I'll just say that.
I thought you said you had debt on it.
I do. It's $25,000, but it was 0%. So I took the money I got back from buying it from a government grant and put it on debt. Then I wrote the tractor off and saved myself $16,000 in taxes. So I was just like, oh, with the government grant and the tax refund, it actually paid for the whole tractor. I put it on the line of
But
credit.
now Nick can't buy jet skis. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so it's $25,000. It'll be paid off in 7 months.
Okay. Is that your only debt other than the land?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have your emergency fund in place?
Yep.
How much is in it?
$31,000.
Okay. Pay the tractor off today, honey. Today.
Oh, okay.
Today. Rebuild your emergency fund. Okay. Remember, we're going back to FPU. I'm taking you back to class. This is the remedial version. And
oh boy, it's been a while.
We're doing the baby steps again here. Okay, we got to clear the tractor. Got to rebuild the emergency fund. Then to answer your overall question, once you clean up this little mess you made that you rationalized out of your butt, now once you do all that, once you clean up the mess, then what I'm going to do if I'm in your shoes, you're in baby steps 4, 5, and 6, putting 15% away for retirement, you're putting money for kids' college, and you're reducing the real estate debt. When you're in 1 through 3, getting out of debt other than real estate, and building your emergency fund, you are intense and not allowed to do anything except get out of debt and build the emergency fund. When you're in 4, 5, and 6, you are in the phase of intentional, not intense. And that is the phase that when a guy makes $350,000, he should be able to put 15% aside, should be able to, in his 401ks and Roth IRAs, growing those, and still have plenty of margin to buy a quad and a jet ski. I mean,
what's a quad?
It's a 4-wheeler.
Oh.
And so, like those, anyway.
Like a side-by-side.
Yeah.
A fancy 4-wheeler.
And so, so, I just bought several of those for the farm for the grandkids. That was fun because I wanted to. But I didn't finance it at zero. I mean, I just bought it, okay? But it was a small percentage of our world, and you can do that too. So you make enough money to do some of the enjoyment things you're talking about in cash only. No rationalization, no government kickbacks, no 0%. We're just going to pay for it like your grandmother did, and that's the only way we're going to do it. And then you can enjoy those things because they don't have all this associated intellectual guilt that goes with the stupid way I did the thing. Okay? But you move from intense to intentional, and I think you can systematically, inside your budget, find the money to enjoy life while reducing your mortgages somewhat and while putting 15% away. You can do that in California making $350,000. But you've got to
still enjoy your life.
Yeah, you got to go back to the basics. Blocking and tackling that you learned in the class 17 years ago that actually got you where you are, and then you fell off the wagon, fell off the tractor, and that's so fun. But yeah, that's it. So what this does illustrate, though, folks, is this is a guy who makes a lot of money. He's obviously a bright guy. Dumb people generally don't make $350,000 a year. And the message of debt, 0% debt, the message of debt is necessary, debt is wise, debt is sophisticated. If you're going to get a tax credit from the government, and so this whole thing was sophisticated, that message is so prevalent that if you let your guard down, you'll buy a tractor.
Or get one for free and then go through the hoops to
It
get back
wasn't
into
really free. He paid for the tractor, but he got a tax credit
with it.
and that he didn't use to pay off the debt.
Right.
So he still has the debt. So, but he talked himself into it.
Yes.
By the way, if you paid cash for the tractor, you would have also gotten the tax credit. There's not a debt requirement to get the tax credit. So, but it made you rationalize and justify. So what happened is you got financial advice from the tractor salesman. That's what happened. That's kind of a bad place to get it. Just make note.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. These days, it feels like there is so much trendy advice related to everything mental health and wellness, but how do you know what actually works for you? I'm just going to be honest with you. There is a ton of nonsense out there. Noise. And all the noise on the internet can lead to information overload, so it can be a struggle to know what's legitimate and what things you should actually do to improve your life. Here's the truth. Using trusted resources and talking to a live therapist can help you break through the noise, all this scrolling madness, with personalized, real recommendations. If you're thinking about starting therapy, contact BetterHelp. BetterHelp is 100% online therapy, which means it's convenient and affordable. And it's super easy to get started. Just fill out a short online survey. You'll get matched with a licensed therapist. And as the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. BetterHelp is rated 4.9 out of 5 stars based on over 1.7 million reviews in the App Store. Listen, talk it out with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Ramsey to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Ramsey.
Sarah's in Phoenix. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
Well, me and my husband started a business back in 2020, and in addition to the debt I have now, we racked up about $34,000 in credit card debt to sustain. So the last couple of years, the business has been doing great and is steady, and I was able to pay that down, just my credit card debt, to $19,000. But out of the blue, I inherited $108,000, and I'm just like, what do I do with this, with all of my debt? And
wow. Who died?
I just need advice. Nobody died. It was just like a early inheritance while they were still alive.
Oh,
who
advanced you the money?
My uncle.
Okay. Wow. You got the rich uncle.
It's very nice.
I wondered where he was. Okay.
It's the uncle everyone wants.
So your business went through hell in 2020, and you subsidized it with credit cards up to $34,000.
Yeah.
And then you told me it's doing really well, but it only has paid down a few $1,000s. What does doing really well mean? How much profit are you making?
About $7,000 a month.
Well, why have you only paid down a few $1,000s then? Are you profiting $7,000 a month, or you're grossing $7,000 a month?
I'm grossing, but also I was paying for just living expenses and food and stuff. But
no, I'm talking about your business.
It was, my credit cards were $34,000, so they're
I know, and they're down to 17, and in 5 whole years you paid it off about $3,000 a year, which pretty much sucks if your business is making $7,000 a month profit. Really hardcore in the last year, and we kind of did things a little bit backwards, where we saved for a home,
down payment and all that
Okay,
stuff.
let me go back.
So
Is your business making a profit or a
Yes.
gross revenue of $7,000? Which is it?
and then
Which is
yes,
it?
it's making a It's making a profit of $7,000, and then I also work full time at a job, and I make about $7,000.
Okay, so you're bringing home. Okay.
So you have a $14,000 a month income, and you're married,
Yes.
and he makes what?
Well, he was with the business with me, so that's included of one of the $7,000 a month.
Okay, so your total household income is $14,000 a month.
Yes.
I'm still not positive you know what profit means. This is a real profit after all business income minus business expenses equals profit. Taxable income is $7,000 a month. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay.
And are you putting any of that money back into the business, or are you guys just bringing home exactly what you profit?
We're just not budgeters. I don't know. We spend a couple $1,000 a month going out to eat and
Okay,
stuff
so,
like that. Because,
but here, grasp with me here. Here, there's a reason I'm asking all this regarding your inheritance, okay? Because I don't want this $104,000 to enable you to continue stupid butt behaviors that are going to destroy you.
I don't either.
Okay, and that's where I'm trying to get to, because I want to love you well here. I want to help you, and so
Yeah, and what we found, Sarah, is that money magnifies what you're already doing. So you're like, we're not great budgeters. We spend a couple of $1,000 just eating out, like all that, and that's just
and this
going
allows you to continue
to
in
do
that
that
misbehavior
in a bigger way, which we don't want, right? And so
I don't want to do no.
That's right. Okay, I'm so glad.
So-
and how's your husband? Is he on board with this, of changing completely how you guys have been doing money?
He lets me do everything. He just says, "You handle it. I trust you."
Okay, well, that's not good.
That's
got
not
to end
good.
too. That's got to end too.
Apparently, that's not working
Okay.
because y'all suck at this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got to adult up here because we're pissing away $14,000 a month. So, what I'm going to do in your shoes is I'm going to take the $104,000, act like I don't own it, and put it in a high yield savings account, and then I'm going to go home, and the two of us are going to sit down on $14,000 a month, and in 3 months we're going to pay off this credit card.
Okay.
$6,000 a month on the credit card until it's gone. And you're going to not go out to eat at all until you do that.
Yeah, that money will be going straight to the credit card.
And you're going to really learn what real profit is on the business. Are you keeping a separate set of books on the business? No.
Yes.
You are. Have you kept your taxes paid?
I owe $10,000 this year.
Have you been doing quarterly estimates? Do you know what that is?
No. I know what it is, but we haven't been doing it.
Okay, but $7,000 a month, $70,000, $84,000 a year. And so taxes on that are not $10,000. Taxes on that are $25,000. Have you filed tax returns?
Oh, yes. My numbers are probably just wrong. Sorry.
I think that's probably the accurate statement. Because I'm fishing around in murky water here. I can't tell what's going on. Okay, so no, you do not. You need to use the $100,000. The $100,000 gift is a double gift. One, it's $100,000. The second thing is it's going to make you all wake up and behave. If you don't, $100,000 won't save you. $2 million won't save you. And so, number one, the business ought to have a separate set of books.
You and your husband tonight, y'all
need to sit down and listen to
have a
this.
long week ahead.
You need to
just
sit down and listen to this.
Figuring all of this
Okay.
out. Yep.
So in business, you set a separate checking account and a separate set of books for the business. Only thing goes into that checking account is rent, is income from the business. Only thing comes out of that checking account, expenses from the business. What's left, by definition, is called profit. Only then can you take it home. When you take it home, you should set aside 25% of whatever you take home in yet another savings account for your quarterly estimates that are supposed to be filed. If you are not filing them after 5 years, you are being penalized every single day for not filing your quarterlies. You're violating every IRS regulation. It's costing you out the butt.
Yeah, they need to sit down with an accountant probably.
Hello.
And
and and get the dadgum business running like a business. You're under the illusion you can out-earn your disorganization and chaos, and you can't. I tried it. It doesn't work. It caught up and hit me in the back of the head, knocked the hair off my head. Don't do this. Okay? It's not fun. You're going to bring pain to your life. It's not cute, and it's not okay. You're not a teenager. So you guys need to sit down, run the business like grown-ups. Then when you bring money home, after you've set aside a fourth for your taxes and filed your quarterly estimates properly, then we can talk about how much is really coming into the house.
And what to do with it.
And immediately need to clean up this debt. Because if you're making $10,000 a month, it's ridiculous that you have not reduced the debt any further than you have.
So no more
eating out.
No more. You just take care of it, because Sarah, you've been on an island. I mean, he's left you there on an island, and you've signed up for that trip, and so that has to end.
And there's no food on the island.
Survivor. We don't want that. We want bougie Sarah. We don't want.
We'll kick you off the island.
But sitting down and you guys together. Yeah. Do a budget, and if you hold in line, Sarah,
whatever you want to do,
Kelly's going to pick up. We're going to give you Total Money Makeover. We're going to give you every dollar, and Entree Leadership. Throw that book in too. But to sit down and to plan out your income that you guys have that has hit your account as a household, and say, here's exactly where our money's going. Rent or the mortgage. I think you have a mortgage. You said you got a house, so mortgage, lights, electricity, subscription. I mean, you list out everything you guys spend money on. And then you're going to sit there and start deleting categories, because you're not going out to eat. You're cutting subscriptions. You're cutting your lifestyle to nothing until this credit card debt is paid off. And I mean, honestly, I don't know.
Start running this like you work for someone and you're going to get fired if you continue to suck at your job.
Because the problem is if you take some of this $108,000 inheritance and just pay off the credit card debt, nothing has changed in you guys. So I would push you not to use the inheritance to pay off the credit card debt. I would force you guys to do it. You need to learn and actually participate and have the action towards this change. You have to feel it and go through it in your life.
And if the numbers are anywhere near close, you're going to do it in about 3 months once you get your head screwed on.
Yeah, y'all have to sit down together, Sarah.
Tonight. And he has to start carrying the emotional weight of this with you together. This is the only way you win. There's really not another option. This is it. Welcome back to the Ramsey Show. Rachel Cruze, Ramsey personality. My daughter is my co-host today. The phone number is 888-825-5225. Michelle's in Indiana. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Better than we deserve. What's up?
So recently I found out this past weekend how much we actually have in debt with credit cards and a personal loan.
Mm-hmm.
Recently just started watching your stuff, and we had not been doing finances together. He pays some, I pay some.
Mm-hmm.
But after learning a little bit, we joined finances, and that's when I discovered all this debt.
Wow, I'm so honored. I'm happy for you guys that you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry you found that you're in a hole, but you can get out. This is awesome. How much debt did you find?
$50,000 in credit cards and $12,000 in the personal loan.
Okay, very
so
cool.
$62,000. What was the credit card debt yours and his, and just combined it's 50, or was it all his, all yours?
99.9% his.
Okay.
But he used the cards for utilities and groceries for household items.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. And what's your household income?
He makes $101,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I make $21,000.
Okay, so 122. That's good. Very good. No car debt?
2 cars.
Debt?
And they're upside down, so that's not a good situation either.
Oh, so this isn't your only debt. So how much do you owe on the cars?
No. One car is $45,000.
Mm-hmm.
The other car is $65,000.
Whoa! Okay.
I know.
And is there any other debt? Is there any other debt?
Besides mortgage, no.
Okay. And what do you owe on your mortgage?
$315,000.
Okay. All right.
You have $110,000 in cars.
Tell you what I can tell you for sure happened mathematically after doing this for 35 years. Okay.
Okay.
Your cars stole your food money.
Yeah.
And your food was put on a credit card. Your husband has not been irresponsible, except for the time that he went to the car lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to have an electric car.
Yeah. So you guys are broke. Your car broke. And he was trying to prop it up because there's not enough money to pay for these stupid cars and live. And he propped it up with credit cards. That's 100% what happened here. Your husband's not a bad guy. He was just trying to cover and make things happen.
Yes, and he wasn't trying to hide it from me. He didn't want me to worry, he said. He was trying to work on it.
Yeah, and y'all were separate in it, right? He was just taking care of it. So that was the agreement.
We're not blaming him. I'm just saying that this credit card debt is not due to irresponsible spending. It is due to the irresponsible purchase of vehicles that you can't afford.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I just don't know what steps to take.
Okay, so on the
address it.
$65,000 car, who's driving that one?
He is.
Okay, so it's a truck.
No.
No.
It's an electric car.
Oh, okay.
Pure electric.
Crap. Which one?
Honda Prologue.
Okay. And you owe 65. Do you have any idea what the actual market value of this log is?
I looked up Kelly's Blue Book and it said 30,000.
Oh gosh, man.
Yeah.
It's 30,000 for trade-in or private sale or.
Actually, I think it was trade-in.
Okay,
Yeah, so
that's
it's
better.
probably worth 35. Okay. Which still sucks. So basically, what we're saying is Honda electric cars have tanked in value. They're like jumping off a cliff with no parachute in value. Okay. Wow. I didn't know they sucked that bad. Okay, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the $45,000 car? Do you know, Michelle?
Do I know what that's worth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
27,000.
And that was trade-in, so that's probably 32. Okay. All right. Okay.
So
$30,000 loss. When did you buy the Honda?
I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. I can't think straight.
It's okay.
A second. He's had it less than a year.
Did you have negative equity in another car that you traded on it?
I think he did.
Okay.
I think there was some negative equity.
Because I mean, I know these electric cars suck on holding their value. It's just they're pitiful. But I did not think you could lose $30,000 in 1 year. I think that's probably not right. So it's not. They're not that bad. So I hope. Either way, you're there. Okay. Here's the problem. If you keep it, it's going to keep tanking. And you're going to look up and it's going to be worth 10 grand and you're going to owe 55.
Yeah.
Right? And so, it's almost like to save the patient, we're going to have to amputate the leg, It's like we got to stop the bleeding here. There are too many amputations, too much blood in this metaphor. But I got mixed metaphors going. But anyway, so we got to, you've got to stop the loss in value by getting rid of the car because it's going to get worse and worse and worse at an increasing rate. Okay. So, wow, I'm so sorry. Do you guys have any money? I haven't asked that.
No.
Okay, it's not surprising.
What do you make? Michelle, you make $22,000. What do you do for a living?
I was a nurse. I got injured, and I'm on disability now.
Okay.
A permanent disability?
Permanent disability.
Sorry.
Wow. Yeah.
Or is there
I'd be out there working it. So.
Yeah.
Because you can make some bucks as a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good career. Oh man. All right. So anyway, back to the whole thing. The great news is you now know where you are. The great news is you're now working together, and the great news is we have identified the problem, and it's called a Honda Prologue. And it's caused all of this. It's all the result of buying a car.
And the $45,000. I mean, I think all of it.
Two cars.
So a part of me would just take, if you can get a loan from the credit union, take the difference. You each go get $5,000 cars. I'd rather be $55,000 in debt than $110,000.
Yep. I would, if you can get the credit union to loan you enough money to get out of both of these,
I would get
sell
out of
them both, and get two $5,000 cars. That's a huge change in direction.
Yeah.
It's gonna. Otherwise, you're gonna struggle with this for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to stop this thing going off a cliff mathematically, because you can tell from 65 down to 30, right, in a heartbeat.
Right.
And we don't want to do that another year.
Yeah.
I don't want that for you. I want you to be free.
And then you guys, and
you think you could get a loan at the credit union to cover the deficits on these cars?
I'm not sure now because his score of the credit's gone down.
Yeah, I'm going to go sit down and talk to him. If you've got either one of these loans with the credit union, it's a real reason to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is going to go sideways. It's bad. And then once you get that straightened up, you can address the other stuff pretty quick. Because you make good money, and now you're working together. The sun will come out, but we got to get rid of.
You guys have 2 to 3 years.
You got to get rid of the law.
Of intense.
What a horrible
plan,
car.
Michelle.
What a horrible car. And I'm a Honda fan in general, but
not an electric fan.
Not an electric fan.
Adds to it.
I've been doing this show for over 30 years, and some of the saddest calls I have taken are from situations that are completely preventable.
Yeah, and what's so hard is I feel like one of those, especially the ones that I'm like, oh, it's terrible, are people that call in and their spouse has passed away suddenly and they don't have life insurance. We actually took a question of a lady, and she had 3 kids, pregnant, and husband didn't have life insurance. And I'm like, I can't even imagine. Or even if it was opposite, right? If a mom passed away, there's a dad with kids and trying to figure out, how am I going to afford childcare? How do I outsource some stuff that maybe she was doing? And it just takes the grief and the sadness of something like a sudden death to a whole new level. Like when you have to think through, how am I going to pay my bills?
How am I going to eat next week?
Yeah, in the middle of all that grief. Like it's terrible. And so life insurance is the one thing, especially as a mom with 3 little kids, that I'm like so big on for people to get, because it's inexpensive. Xander is the place that Winston and I actually get all of our life insurance, and we keep re-upping it because I'm like, I just want it there. Like there's something about that safety of knowing that you have money if something suddenly happens. And
it doesn't cost much, because Xander shops among a gazillion different companies. It doesn't cost much. You just have to admit that someday you're not going to be here. You got to say it out loud, and you got to say, I'm going to say I love you to my family by taking care of them and taking the time to put this stuff in place. The cost of stinking pizza.
It really is. So that is one thing to do, to say I love you to your family.
So we've used Xander for all of our family's needs for insurance for many years, including, of course, term life insurance. To get a free quote, go to 800-356-4282. That's 800-356-4282, or go to Xander.com. John is in North Carolina. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm good. Actually, I'm a little less than I deserve. A little not good. How are you?
Oh, John.
John, I'm sorry.
So sorry.
How can we help today?
Well, my wife and I, we got ourselves in a little bit of a mess. We're looking at about $1 million in debt at the moment.
On what?
Well, I just closed down my business in June, and so we had taken out some SBA loans to keep the business afloat, and then we also have our house, credit cards. We have IRS taxes due, and a couple other things.
How much is the SBA?
Right now, I think there's about $250,000 left on them.
How much is on the IRS?
It's $350,000.
Okay. And how much on credit cards?
We actually just entered a consolidation loan. We weren't sure if that was the right thing to do or not, but it dropped our monthly payment significantly. So right now we're at about 100. I think the total payoff was about 96.
Okay. And so 6, 7. What's the the other 300? Your mortgage?
$250,000 on the mortgage. We have $8,000 left on a car, and then just repaying our accountants and attorneys.
Mm-hmm. Which amounts to what?
$15,000 for an accountant, $8,000 for an attorney.
And the attorney was for what?
I'm sorry?
The attorney was for what?
They actually assisted me through my IRS. They got me an installment plan for $500 a month, which was great until 2 months after the installment agreement went through. Now they're saying that we have to review everything again, and that we will be at least liable for $175,000 to pay in the trust fund.
I'm sorry, you're liable for $350,000. So where's $175 come in?
I'm not sure. That's what the officer said when I was on the phone with him.
An additional $175?
Not an additional. That's just
that includes in the $350.
Okay, so you didn't hold your 941s back.
No, we never held anything back. We just weren't.
Yeah, they're not going to put that on payments. That's right. I don't disagree with that. Okay. So what is your home worth?
About $550.
Okay. And what else do you own?
Nothing. Right before all this happened, we had a rental property. We had land. We sold all those to. We actually did a flip, and we lost everything on top of that. And then everything kind of just trickled down from that. And then we paid off some credit cards back then as well, which was about 4 years ago.
Are you now working doing something else?
Yes.
What do you make?
Just recently I was making $260, but now I'm making $140. I got let go from one job because they just couldn't afford me anymore.
So now it's $140.
Okay. And
It's $140
does your
Okay.
wife work outside the home, sir?
She makes about $20,000.
How old are you?
33.
How long you been married?
8 years.
Okay.
Do you guys have kids?
3.
3.
Okay. I remember being right where you are. I was 28 with 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't make it. I ended up bankrupt. But I can share with you a couple things, okay? One is this stuff will destroy your marriage if you don't fight for your marriage. And so the two of you have to sit down and say, regardless of what happens, we're doing it together. We're in it to win it. And we have to lock arms, and it's you two against everybody else.
Right.
Okay. And she's scared. She's scared in a way you don't even understand. And you, if you're normal, this has taken a lot of your confidence and your swagger away.
Absolutely.
It did me. It took it all away. Okay. And because it just grinds you under a boot. And so once you say those things out loud, that means she gets extra hugs because she's terrified. And we're going to do this. We're going to make it. We're not going to jail, and we're not going to go hungry. I don't know what else bad is going to happen, but those two things we do know. Okay?
Right.
Now, so you protect your marriage, and you understand that that business failure is a part of running a business. Sometimes it happens, and it doesn't define the rest of your life unless you allow it to. But it does suck. and it does make you think that you're not worthy, and you are worthy. You're a lot better than you feel about you right now, okay? Hear me, brother. You're a lot better than you feel about you. I've been there, I know. And out of the ashes of mine, this whole thing grew. So there's something on the other side of this. There's something else to do. But right now sucks beyond belief. So food on the table trumps anybody else's request. Lights and water kept on trumps anybody else's request. Paying the first mortgage on the residence, so we have a place to eat, we have food and water and utilities, trumps anybody else's request. No one gets in line in front of your family. Do you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
You take care of them, and then her terror will start to subside, and your confidence will start to grow, and that's where you're going to grow to fight through this, is by taking care of those things first, okay?
Absolutely.
Are you guys in a good church? You need to be. You're not. You need to be. Okay, you need to get some people around you that love you, and walk into the presence of God on Sunday morning while you're fighting the devil. Because this is wicked stuff you're going through, dude. Okay? Yeah. It's warfare, and there's no other way around it. You got to fight it. Okay? Now, I don't know if you're going to make it or not mathematically. It's a secondary concern. I'm concerned that you make it, and that your wife makes it, and your marriage makes it, and your kids make it, and the rest of these people can jump off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
They're irrelevant to me. The SBA is going to get what they deserve, probably, which is nothing, because they're bankruptable. The IRS is not bankruptable, and those 941s are not going away. So, that thing right there is a real mess. You may end up selling the house to clear the stinking IRS.
Right. I was thinking about going bankrupt, but the SBA, it's personally guaranteed. So I don't know if
you can't bankrupt the business. You're bankrupt because you personally guaranteed it, and that probably means you're selling the house to pay the IRS. So you need to get the advice of a bankruptcy attorney. I'm not telling you to file, but you need to learn what your options are, because number one is not credit cards. They can jump in a creek. I'm not paying them nothing. Forget whatever you're paying them. Screw them. They get nothing.
Right.
And the SBA, screw them. They get nothing right now. They can all just sit over there and look at this mess because they created it too. And we're going to work on the IRS. Oh, you got to keep the car payment paid because you have a car to get to work. And you need to sit down with a bankruptcy attorney and learn. But I think if there's a way to manipulate through this, you're probably going to end up selling the house to clear the IRS. The rest of it is bankruptable, and you can start over. But I don't know how you're going to clear all this making 140. There may be a way, though. There may be a way. So, but take care of you, John. Take care of your wife, okay? Promise me?
I promise.
All right. And we're here if you need us. You call me anytime. I'm here to help you. I've been right where you are. Hang on. Kelly's going to pick up. I'm going to put you with a Ramsey coach as my gift. We're going to be with you and walk with you.
Thank you, Dave.
With the lowest prices of any national grocery store, shoppers save big at Aldi. Aldi believes in making shopping straightforward and stress-free. Whether you're firing up the grill for a family dinner or hosting a backyard barbecue, Aldi is there to help. They've got a great selection of fresh USDA choice meats and organic produce at prices that won't bust your budget. And no messing around with apps, coupons, loyalty cards, or membership fees to get low prices on award-winning products every day. So stop overpaying and start shopping at Aldi. Find a store near you today at aldi.us. That's ALDI.us.
Savings based on regional analysis of Aldi versus select competitors. Prices may vary by location, product availability, and the market.
Hey, we love debt-free screams on the debt-free stage in the lobby of Ramsey Solutions. We love them even more when they're one of our own Ramsey team members. Yeah, here we go. Grant and Jordan Traylor are with us. Grant is a director of data and analytics with us at Ramsey Global. How long you been with us?
About 7.5 years.
7.5 years. Wow. Okay, cool. And how much debt have you guys paid, Grant?
We paid off just over $130,000.
All right.
Amazing.
Very cool. And what kind of debt was that?
That was all the mortgage.
Hey!
The house.
Paid off your house.
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Hey, how old are you two weirdos?
I'm 37, and she's a little younger than me.
I like
That's a
it.
good
no,
answer.
like really legit 36. Just a little.
A very little.
Uh-huh.
Way to go,
Yo.
guys. What's the house worth?
We think it's worth around $350,000 or so.
I love it.
Amazing.
Way to go, guys. So how long did it take you to knock the house out?
Just over 4.5 years.
Okay, so you've been doing that while you were working here.
Yes, sir.
Now, how weird is it to be working on your get-out-of-debt plan while working at Ramsey? Awkward, weird?
It makes it pretty easy, to
I
be
was like,
honest. Got a
good.
great
It's-
support system around me, helping encourage us along the way. It's been really cool.
Yeah, you're not really given an option.
That's true.
We do give you an option. We're not looking at your stuff. But, I mean, everybody around you is encouraging rather than discouraging.
Yeah.
So cheering you on, cheering you on, cheering you on. And since it's team members, for those of you out there in listening on the other side of this on a speaker, we do not ask their we've got about 150 of their teammates standing around here, so we don't ask their income, okay? So that's not part of it. But you did it in 7?
No, 4.
You've been here 7 years. You did it in 4.5 years.
Was it faster
right.
than you guys were like when you originally kind of mapped it out? Did it go faster or slower?
It went a little slower. Honestly, when we kind of started out, we set a BHAG that we knew the math didn't work on, but we just wanted to be aggressive because we knew we didn't really have a math problem. We had a behavior problem, and we needed to set a goal so big that it seemed hard, and we had to change our behaviors around it.
Okay. Yes.
Cool.
So the goal itself was probably like a little impossible,
It was
but you
3
wanted that.
Yeah, 3.5 years was the goal, so we were about a year behind that.
Okay. Okay. So
Hey,
great.
you're a failure.
Yeah,
That's awful.
complete.
None
A
of
good
this counts
failure.
anymore.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, I mean, he comes to work here,
Yeah.
and he comes home, and we're going to pay off the house in 3.5 years, and you're going, what?
Well, the conversations like that always come at like 11 at night when the kids are, going down and it's quiet.
And you're exhausted.
And I'm exhausted.
Uh-huh, always.
And so I definitely did not agree at first. It was not only impossible, but like, why? And I don't have this culture around me every day. And so he comes home with these really big ideas. And then I kind of look at him like he's crazy. And then he talks me through it. But honestly, the thing that helped the most was he gave me a visual in his data life. And it showed me this is where, like we're wasting money at this point. And I was like, well, that's a lot of money. Yeah, it does. Like, it really doesn't actually make sense to keep doing this, so let's do it. Let's do it.
The data guy got you with data.
I know.
Yeah.
Graphs and all.
The data analytics comes home from work. Oh, wow.
Literally every day. Yes.
I love it. Very cool. Very cool.
And you have 3 kids during the time. So were you guys, because how intense do you feel like you guys were in the 4.5? Like, was it really like, okay, we're going to do as much as we can, as fast as we can? Or did y'all live a little through baby steps 4 through 6?
It felt a bit like a run ahead. Hold on, slow down. Run ahead.
Okay,
slow
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
I'm like you. It's like, let's celebrate. Let's be present. Let's enjoy what we have right now.
Yep.
And so he went into some moments that were like, whoa, we're not getting where we're supposed to be going. This is frustrating. I think that was where he felt like, are we actually going to keep doing this? So for me, I needed that cup of coffee, you know what I mean? Where it was like, no,
That's
I need to know.
I like that.
Yeah. And so we had an anniversary celebration in the middle of that. That was big and just a ton of fun. And we acted like kids. And I'm kind of still living on that. That was like over 2 years ago, But when you're not used to having coffee, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that stuff helps go a long time. So, and our kids are like, they don't know that we're weird because they're too young. Like, this is just weird, and that's just their normal.
Yeah.
And so they talk about it like it's normal, So, I mean, yeah, they get
Well,
sad.
it's not. Those kids' parents are heroes. You guys are amazing. I mean, look at what you did. You've changed your whole family tree because now you have your entire income, no debt of any kind, and you're only 37 years old.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels honestly incredible. We knew when we went into the bank, I kind of expected like that moment where we pay it off to be this emotional high, and then we'd go back to normal life, and it wouldn't feel that different in the day to day. And it was honestly completely flipped. In the bank, it felt like we were just in a dingy bank surrounded by people who were pretending to be excited for us, and it was kind of anticlimactic.
They were like, "Yay!"
And then we went back to everyday life, and there was this tangible weight that I didn't know I was walking under the whole time that I could just feel not there. Like there was this freedom that I didn't expect. And Jordan and I both made a comment along the way of noticing that and calling out how it was a lot more of a relief than we honestly expected it to be in the day-to-day.
What's the big thing you're going to do for yourselves to celebrate?
The big thing to celebrate, we haven't decided where we're going to go yet, but we have always kind of dangled as a carrot out at the other end of this that we want to go on a big trip with our family.
Yeah.
And like our kids have gotten older, so what that was going to look like has changed over the 4.5 years. So we're figuring that out, but we want to do a really big celebration, just get away for, a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Either go international or even stay domestic and just really live it up for,
go big.
For a little while.
Go big.
I love it.
I like it.
How many paychecks have you guys had without the house payment?
I think only 2. This was the first month's budget that we had without the
Is that crazy?
That was a tricky conversation. Yeah.
Why? Because you want to spend it?
No, because we realized immediately, like you go into your muscle, movement of like, okay, budget, talk. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, now that money is sitting there. And so he starts allocating, and then I come along because I'm the one that comes up behind, because I'm not the nerd. And then it was like, no, that's not what I was thinking we'd do with that money. And he's like, yeah, no. And so, our kids were gone with our amazing parents who have been our biggest cheerleaders this whole time. Yeah. Shout out to all 3 sets of parents. And they were gone, and we did a weekend of vision casting. And that was where it was like, whoa, debt is a freaking weight. And it's gone. And now we get to just...
So great.
And that was like such an amazing moment, not only for the financial part of our home, but like us, our marriage, who we are as souls. Like we are image bearers, of the kingdom, and we're imaging him in his, I'm not going to do that, in his generosity, And so that was the moment for me where it was just like,
that's fun.
We've never had this before. We've never talked like this before. That is so cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, so it was really cool. We kind of in that moment realized we've been going for 4.5 years, and we had this shared goal, and now we don't have that shared goal, and we have different expectations. And so it was really cool to have that conversation and actually align to where do we want to be 30 years from now.
This is a problem people need to have.
I agree. It's a fun problem for sure.
So good.
All right, bring the kiddos up. Let's hear their names and ages. Come on up, guys. And
so this is Cal. He's 10. Kate is 8, and Finley is 6.
All right.
Oh my gosh, so
you
great.
guys have, your mom and dad have changed your whole lives and your kids' lives. You don't even know it yet. It's pretty impressive. Very, very cool stuff. Very well done.
Did y'all get to miss school today? Did y'all get to miss school to be here?
No, they're homeschooled. We did it all morning.
Okay. See, okay. I was like, that's pretty good. That's a good day. That's a good day.
All right.
Still
very
a good
fun.
Day.
Very fun. All right, guys. $130,000 paid off, house and everything at 37 years old. They did it in 4.5 years. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt-free!
Yeah! Wow! Wow!
Amazing. Oh my gosh.
Man, that's a power couple right there. And we have the privilege of working with one of them every day. Pretty cool stuff.
Well, and it just shows when you're intentional and you have the plan, even though it's a big lofty goal, like they did the 3.5 years, you have something you're aiming for. Even something like paying off a house, which feels impossible for so many people.
Boom.
They did it.
Boom.
Such a
Don't
beautiful
tell me it
family.
can't be done. Grant and Jordan will tell you otherwise. Boom! We've done in-depth research. 100% of you are going to die. You need a will. You're going to die. You need a will. It's National Make a Will Month. And 43% of adults say they don't have a will because they procrastinated. I just haven't gotten around to it. And so I'm going to leave my family behind completely vulnerable because I won't do adult stuff like getting a will done. Or I don't know how to make all these big decisions. Well, make them. It's a good thing. Otherwise, the state's going to make them for you. And so, well, everything goes to the family anyway. No, it also goes to the lawyer. The lawyers get all of it if you don't do a will. So this is crazy, you guys. You've got to get your wills done. It's nuts. The number of people that die without a will it's like 7 out of 10 people. This is not good. It's a good way to destroy what little bit of wealth you've built instead of letting your family benefit from it. And so go to RamseySolutions.com/wills quiz for a simple and free online will quiz, and we'll help tell you what the right kind of will is. Do you need to go to a lawyer and do an in-depth thing, or can you go to Mama Bear Legal Forms and do an online will in about 30 minutes? I don't care, but you need to get one done. Don't be walking around without a will. If you've moved states, you need a new will. If your marital status has changed, you need a new will. If major life stuff has blown up, you probably need a new will. Or update, change, amendment, whatever. I don't care, but you need to stay on top of this stuff, guys. It's too emotionally expensive for those people you leave behind. Trenton is in Washington. Hi, Trenton. How are you?
Hey, Dave. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Oh, not a whole lot. Had a friend recommend me to you, and I've been hooked on your shows ever since I started watching. Just had a question. I kind of got myself in a bit of a hole here. I recently got let go from my job.
Why?
I'm unemployed. I got in an accident with a work truck while I was on shift and out to a job site.
So every time someone wrecks a truck, they fire them?
Apparently so.
You weren't like drunk or something?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, what were you making?
Roughly 80,000 a year.
You got a CDL?
85,000. No, I was a light duty tow truck driver and roadside mechanic for heavy duty trucks such as semis.
Okay, so you're a diesel mechanic.
Correct.
Okay, that's good news. All right, because you probably weren't making enough. I mean, a lot of diesel mechanics make over 100.
Yeah. I originally got put onto the job for the light duty towing. I just wanted to branch out and try something a little different, I guess.
Do you have certifications in diesel?
I do.
You do? Okay. How long ago did you get fired?
Roughly about 2 months ago, I want to say.
Why are you not working turning a wrench somewhere?
That's the thing, is I'm unsure. I enjoyed towing a lot. I love towing. I want to get back into towing. But now with that on my record, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, so don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You need a job. You've been sitting on your butt for 2.5 months. You're going to starve to death. You need to go get a job turning a wrench, man. You make $100K as a diesel mechanic. Go be a mechanic tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you work your way back into towing in the future years or open your own towing thing later. But let's not get hungry first. What have you been doing during the 2.5 months? Watching Oprah?
Oprah's on
that and your shows.
Netflix.
Working with friends.
He's watching your reruns, not Oprah's.
Watching me, not Oprah. Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, honey, you got to get your
a friend making a little bit of money here and there.
Yeah, you're not.
Daily,
You're sitting on your butt. Dude, you gotta go. You gotta go get you have a wonderful skill.
No, for real though, Trenton.
You have a wonderful skill.
How are you surviving? How are you paying for food and keeping your rent or mortgage paid? Bills.
I'm just running to the end of my savings, and my wife is currently working.
Oh, you're married.
What does she make?
Correct. I think probably 40 or 50,000 a year.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 25.
Okay. And how much debt do you have?
Around 60,000.
On what?
I think it's like 40, 45 on personal loans, like 15 on 2 vehicles.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Are
So
you guys
That was
working
my-
together, you and your wife, with money, or is it
Correct. Yes. No, everything's shared.
It
We're
is,
shared
okay,
bank account,
okay.
shared payments, everything.
Great.
Everything's together.
Well, let's.
But
What's she doing? Is she what's she saying to you? Is she like, hey, Trenton, go? Like, what is she? Is she urging you to get out there?
She is, yeah. And I guess a big reason that I'm not actively looking today is I'm getting ready to go to Ohio for my dad's wedding. Not next week, but the week after. And jobs are probably not going to want to hire me with taking vacation 2 weeks from today. I'm going to be gone for a
get the
week.
job, and it starts the day you get back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, I've definitely been lazy.
No, listen, here's what happened, okay? You're 25 years old. You were doing something you loved with people you liked, and an accident happened that wasn't your fault. Or if it was your fault, it was still an accident. You didn't do it on purpose. And the jerks fired you. And it knocked the wind out of you. And you've been laying around 2 months trying to get your breath back because it knocked the snot out of you. It took some of your confidence and your swagger away.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. I could
So
I could
listen,
agree with that for
I'm
sure.
trying to tell you in the last few minutes that you, sir, have a wonderful skill that is very marketable, and you can make a lot of money. And stacking some cash right now would feel really good to a bruised ego.
Yeah.
It'd be good, really good.
You're
It would
absolutely right.
return some of your dignity to you that they stole from you. It's kind of ridiculous that they fired you, but they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where I was at with it, but
Yeah,
you just
but-
got to accept it and roll with what's thrown at me in life,
Yeah, well, that's true, but you got to roll now, okay?
But
So what I'm telling you is it's normal to get the breath knocked out of you, and it's normal for something like this to hurt, but you cannot let that be a reason to be sidelined. They don't have the power to sideline you. Only you have the power to sideline you. And you have sidelined yourself for the last 2.5 months while you hurt from this experience. And so I'm mean old Uncle Dave who's telling you, you got chops, you got tools, you know how to fix stuff that nobody else on the planet hardly knows how to do. You can make 80 to 120 grand a year, turn the wrench on a diesel, buddy. And then you go stack you some cash, clear up this debt, pile up some money, buy you a truck, start your own towing company in 4 years.
Yeah.
I'll show them.
Yeah, that sounds like a damn good plan.
Yeah. But it's not going to happen working 3 hours a week.
Right.
Screwing around.
Right.
It's time to throw your shoulders back and go, I'm better than the way I was treated. You are better than the way you were treated. You are better than the way you were treated. You have an actual skill in a world that doesn't know how to do things. You know how to do things. And so you have a tremendous advantage. I mean, if you were just doing dumb work and got fired, and then you got to go look for more dumb work, this conversation wouldn't sound like this. But dude, I'm serious. I mean, Mike Rowe that does Dirty Jobs and he was showing me the data the other day on the trades, and one of the things that keeps popping up and one of the hottest things out there and the biggest shortage is freaking diesel mechanics.
Literally what you can do.
I talked to one the other day that's making 120. And so I'm serious. It's not a bad, you are in a really good shape. And let me tell you, the best revenge for stuff like this is success. Success is a wonderful revenge. And you don't even have to mention their name ever again. You just move on. And then you can build a company bigger than them by the time you're 46. It could happen. It could happen. I know guys that do it. Have at it, brother. Welcome back to The Ramsey Show. Rachel Cruze, #1 best-selling author, Ramsey personality, and my daughter is my co-host today. The number is 888-825-5225. Ann is in Kentucky. Hi, Ann. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So, I'm calling today with a little bit of a different dilemma. My husband and I have been married for a little over 10 years. We graduated right before we got married, and he found you, so he had to get me on board, kind of, but we decided to follow the baby steps. We paid off over $300,000 of student loan debt in about 4 years.
Good.
Oh, my gosh.
And then we decided we would start saving for a down payment for our first home.
Good.
So we did that. We started investing in our 401ks, doing all the right things. But it's been kind of a struggle to find the right home, trying to find something that we both agree on. So that was about 5 years ago now, and we still haven't taken the plunge, mostly on my husband's end. And in the meantime, we've just been piling up all this cash. So we have
Okay, so wait a minute. Stop. I'm confused. The goal that we both agreed to was to save up a big down payment and then get a house. And
Correct.
Now you can't agree on the house for 5 years?
That's correct.
What is it he wants that you don't want, or vice versa?
Well, I think at this point, the biggest issue is that we have over $600,000 saved, and seeing that money go.
Okay, no. You said you couldn't agree on the house.
Well, I am.
Now he just doesn't want to buy a house?
Well, he won't admit to that, but I do think that's a big part of it, yes.
Okay, so let me go back to the other part, because if he found a house he liked, I think you could get him to do it.
Well, has he ever found a house he liked, Dan, or do you kept showing him over 5 years different houses and he just didn't like any of them?
Well, a little caveat, we live in Appalachia. There's not a lot of real estate. So it is kind of hard where we live to find a house that meets all of, what we want. Like, he wants a garage so we can have a boat one day, and he wants all this stuff that is kind of hard to find.
Well, you got $600,000.
Are you you're in rural eastern Kentucky?
Correct.
Okay, so typically you're not looking in a subdivision, correct?
That's correct. There are a couple of subdivisions here, but homes there are anywhere from $600,000 to over $1 million, depending on what you get.
Okay, so what are you looking at?
That's another thing, is it's been hard for us to agree. When we started out, we said maybe max of 600, and then he's like, well, I don't think I want to spend that much a couple years later, and then now it's back to, it's just been really a struggle to come to an agreement.
Okay, meanwhile, the houses in that subdivision have gone up $300,000.
Correct, yes.
That's stupid. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, we're not parking the money, and we're instead the money sitting here making 3%. And if it was invested in a good piece of real estate called your home, it would have gone up 10 or 15% during that period of time.
Right. I'm just struggling with at what point.
This has cost you $100,000.
How long do I stick this out?
It's cost you $100,000. Yeah, I mean, I think that you guys are going to have to sit down and go, look, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. We agreed that we were going to buy a house. Now we need, and we're not going to, there's no such thing as a perfect house. And there's no such thing as a perfect husband either. So and I'm going to settle on both of them. We're going to get a house. I'm going to get an imperfect house with my imperfect husband. Ready, set, go. Here we go. We're going to do this. We agreed to this. This is what we're going to do. And sitting on this money is costing us, and I'm getting increasingly pissed.
Right. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, this is what you're describing. And I think you just need to say it out loud.
You said
I don't think you've said it out loud.
Yes, you said that you have.
I have. I actually, there's been some things. Just a few months ago, things came to a head, and I was like, I think we just need some time apart. So he did leave for a few days, and kind of had a change of heart, and came back, and we looked at some homes, but it's just like dragging the feet, it seems like.
Yeah, so your marriage counselor that you need to be seeing should be walking you guys through the idea that he is not respecting your opinion and you.
Okay.
Okay. Because
that's kind of how I feel.
yeah.
I feel
it doesn't mean he has to go
disrespected, and
along with you, but when he
Right.
agrees to something and then slow walks
Mm-hmm.
it, that means he's patting you on the little head.
Right, and
Sweet
I feel
little
like
girl.
I haven't been like, when we agreed to purchase a home 5 years ago, like I just feel at this point like I've lost trust also, if that makes
With
sense.
his word, because he said he was going to do one
Right.
thing and he won't follow through with what you guys agreed
Right.
with.
Yeah, so you're losing.
it's hurtful,
You're
yeah.
losing respect, and he's not respecting your thing. So this is a marriage breakdown. It's gone really deep here. This is sad. I mean, when I started the call, it was just like we need to buy a house, and now it's like this is tearing our marriage apart.
Basically, yes.
Oh, wow. All right. So I'm not sure he has gotten the memo yet.
Okay.
How serious this is. I mean, I understand he left and came back and.
Because it's not about the house anymore.
Had a change. This is no longer about the house.
Yeah, that's the conversation
this is now
you have,
about,
right? Have you
this is now about us agreeing on something. We both have a vote, and then executing on what we agree on.
And the statement, Anne, which I think is big in a marriage, that I'm starting to not to trust you. Like that's a bit like that. The one person in life that you should trust is the spouse. Like that's the person. Have you said that to him? That sentence?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does he respond?
I mean, it's hard for me because he's a person who can't make a decision. He overanalyzes everything. So he acts like he understands why I would feel that way.
Sure.
But he just can't seem to move past the point of actually putting it into action. I guess if I'm explaining that correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I were sitting there in the office with the marriage counselor and you two were sitting there, I would challenge him that he now has grown to love the $600,000 cash more than a house and more than his wife's wishes.
Okay.
And that's a dangerous.
How I feel.
That's a dangerous place. That's what you've described.
Yeah, it's a great way of saying it.
It's what you've described, and I think you guys have got to work through that. This guy sounds like he is emotionally stunted, and so you guys have got some work to do. And then the house purchase will be a result of you having found some healing and trust and respect and those other words in your marriage again, back in your relationship. And the house purchase. So I think the house purchase is not happening, is revealing other things that are going on. It's not it's the symptom.
And it's a deep scarcity mindset on his end too. I mean, he didn't want to let go of anything. There's a level of like that control, and
he said he's a detail guy. He's got paralysis of the analysis. He's sitting around thinking about it.
And he wants to just keep.
It all runs over in his head.
And that's too much. This is. I mean, it's
27,000 variables
hedging
at one time instead of just going and doing something. Ready, aim, 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 aim.
Well, there's some
aim.
control he has.
Fire!
Oh dear God.
Come on, jeez. Today's question of the day on the Ramsey Show is brought to you by Why Refi. If you've been turned down for refinancing your defaulted private student loans, you're not alone, and you're not out of luck. Why Refi exists to give people like you another shot. Go to whyrefi.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey. Not in all states.
Today's question comes from Hunter in Texas. My wife is a CPA and smarter than me, better looking than me, and better at everything except for choosing a spouse.
Good line.
She uses every dollar to make sure we don't overspend, but treats it like a general guideline, not something to actually stick to. I always thought the budget was like a script for a play where you write the numbers, and once the play starts, you don't go off script. Who is right? I mean, I yield to you, Hunter, in it that when you set the budget, it is what it is. Now, I do know after doing budgeting for 10 plus years, 15 years of marriage, there's going to be a lot of circumstances. For us, it's almost monthly now where things come up that you don't realize. And so you have to add an extra line item. You got to shift some numbers around. So there is kind of this ever moving part of the budget, which is going to be real. Like that's going to happen. So it's less of a guideline, but when you plan it, you stick to it. And when something comes up, you may have to kind of shift and figure out how to make it work, but it's still going to work within the numbers. So that's how Winston and I do it because, I mean, I had like a $134 doctor visit. I literally paid today from 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know that was going to happen, right? And so you got to like put that in the every dollar budget, and then I'm shifting other things. So things are going to come up that you don't expect, and so there is going to be a level of having to be somewhat flexible. But for the most part, I'd say 90% of it is planned out that you 100% should know from start to finish of the month.
Yeah, you need to agree on where every dollar is going to go to and stick to it. And if you're going to make a change, and you will, as Rachel said, make some changes, but in the middle of the month, the only way you make a change, two things have to occur. We both agree to the change. You don't make the change and then go, look what I did. And we both agree to the change. And if you raise the amount of money in a category or create a new category, you've already spent all your money on paper, so you also have to lower some other category by that same amount. So if you create a line item for $134 for an unexpected doctor visit for a sick kid, and that was not in the budget, then we have to lower some other amount somewhere in the budget by $134 because you're not in Congress. This has to balance. And so two things occur when changes are made. Number one, both agree to it before you do it. Number two, you lower another category by the amount you raised that category.
That's exactly right.
And so there's still balances.
And that's another part of being debt-free. When we tell people to work their way out of debt, you actually have margin. So you may be putting some money away in savings, and you may kind of have to take some of that, lower a little bit of the savings to pay some of this stuff.
$134 less going into savings.
Right, that's right. But that's like all of this works in unison, right? Like you're moving forward with your money throughout the baby steps to help even with some of these things, which is great.
Yeah, but a general guideline means she's doing whatever she wants to do and reporting to you later, and that's not okay.
Yeah, I'd be stricter on it.
You're more right than she is. But.
And one thing you guys could do is sign up for one of our Every Dollar trainings. We have free trainings weekly now in the Ramsey Personalities. We do it because Every Dollar within the budgeting app, it's going to help you not only with the budget, but we have a digital coach component, which is actually going to show you and help you work the baby steps to know, okay, what are things within my financial world that I can shift and change to be more proactive. And so all of that is in these Every Dollar trainings. So if you guys want to check it out, you can sign up for free. Yep. At RamseySolutions.com/webinar. We do a Q&A. We walk through a lot of these kind of questions like what you just had, Hunter. So yeah, make sure to check that out.
Rob's in Indiana. Hey, Rob, what's up?
Hey, thanks for having me on. I have a very quick math nerd question for you guys.
Dave is your man.
Our house.
Dave is ready for it.
Wonderful. We owe $125,000 left on our house, and our monthly payment for our mortgage is $1,500 a month. Our take-home pay is about $8,500. We have a 3-year-old son, and we're only going to be able to have one baby because of COVID-related stuff. And I already have about $25,000 to $30,000 saved for my son's college already. We have been putting $417 a month into a 529 for him, and I was thinking about stopping putting any money in his college, basically to just have another $417 a month to put towards our mortgage to try to get it paid off in the next 3 years. And with your guys' online mortgage payoff calculator, if I pay around $4,000 a month, I can actually get our budget completely paid off, or our mortgage completely paid off.
Yeah, but you're talking about $1,500 plus $400. It would be $1,900, not $4,000.
Yeah, and I've went through my budget, and I've already found another $1,500 that I can put towards it every month.
Okay. And your wife's on board with all that?
Wondering. Yes, I think she's on board with
And
all
you've
that.
got room to breathe. You're not doing rice and beans. That's not what we're trying to do.
Oh, no, absolutely not. We're doing just fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can circle back to the 529 later if you need to after the 4 years, because how old is your baby?
3.
Yeah. So, 3 years from now, the house is paid for. 4 years from now, the house is paid for. There's 7. If you look up and they go 25 is not going to be enough, or what the 25 is going to grow to is not going to be enough, then I can add some money and catch back up. You won't have any trouble because you won't have a house payment anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I figured if I put the money we put towards our mortgage back in for 1 year, that's $18,000, which would be more than I was going to miss out on before.
Exactly, and way more. And it will continue to grow anyway. It might be enough in there already, depending on the college choice and what you're planning to fund and all that kind of thing. So if it's invested in good mutual funds, it's 25, 50, 100. It's probably $200,000 when they get there, if you don't add anything. So you need to sit with your SmartVestor Pro and calculate out what the 25 is going to grow to, and that'll tell you if you need to add anything at all. And you can certainly do that after 4.5 years after the house is cleared. So I'm with you. Good plan. Rock and roll. Math nerd approved. Boom. There we go.
He said I had a math nerd question. I was like, perfect. Dave loves
I love a good math riddle.
good math riddle.
I was that nerd kid for sure. All right. Mike's in Nebraska. Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Great. So I have a situation where my parents, growing up, I knew my parents weren't the best with their finances. It's something that I initially struggled with, but then feel like me and my wife have done a good job. But come to find out after my dad's passing a couple of years ago, just how bad they were with money, and they had essentially racked up $200,000 worth of debt living off of a line of credit. Now it's just my mom on her acreage. And I have, over the past 2 years, been working I started an LLC to do a storage business on her property in order to try and monetize her property a bit and get her more income to cover the mortgage that we had to get for her.
We had to get for her.
That I helped her get for herself.
Okay, so you're not on the mortgage.
We did co-sign on it because
you're on the mortgage.
My mom's 74, so we put because of our house was paid off. I co-signed for it.
Okay, how can I help?
My question is, she doesn't have a lot of retirement, little to none. She gets essentially $5,000 annuity a year that usually goes towards some of the medicine that she has for the year.
She has Social Security coming in.
She has Social Security, yes.
How much is that?
What she lives. She gets about just a little over $2,000.
All right. Tell you what, hang on through the break. We'll come back and talk to you. I don't have enough information to spit an answer at you, so hang on. All right, we're talking with Mike in Nebraska. Mike's mom is 74. She's got $3,000 coming in for Social Security, $5,000 a year from an annuity to help with her medical bills. She and her husband, Mike's dad, ran up a bunch of debt. We're not very good with money. Mike jumped in, took out a mortgage, and put a storage building on their lot, and he co-signed the mortgage, and that's how far we'd gotten in the discussion. Does that all sound accurate, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so how much is the mortgage now?
The mortgage right now is $1,300 a month.
No, I mean the balance. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, the balance. We started at 203 and it's at 185 right now.
Okay. And the property, with the storage building, everything added to it, the current value of the whole thing is what?
roughly be probably guesstimate between 800 to 900.
Okay. All right. So there's around 700K in equity right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she's lived on this property for how long?
Since I was little, we've had it. It's been in our land's been in our family since my dad grew up on the land.
Okay. So you're the third generation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So your grandparents were there.
Mm-hmm.
And you have memory of all that too. How much acreage is there?
It's roughly about just under 9 acres. But
how rural is the area?
It's right next to a highway that connects to decent sized towns. So it's not very.
I mean, because 9 acres at $100,000 an acre doesn't sound like farmland.
It has 2 houses on it.
How many storage units did you put on it?
Right now we have 2 sheds, but that do basically, and we're doing RV and boat storage for the storage.
Okay. All right. And you live nearby?
Yeah, in town.
Okay. So you're trying to help her run boat storage, get enough cash flow to pay this mortgage.
Yeah. So so far we've been able to, between renting the sheds and the storage, been able to cover the mortgage for the year, as well as a little bit more. She gets $1,000 rent from the other house that's on the property.
So is she living less than she makes now with your help?
Sorry, say that again?
I said, is she able to live on the money that these things are providing her with Social Security?
I have her living off of just Social Security.
Yeah.
She did get my dad was the type that he wanted my mom to be at home, and so she hasn't worked for a long time after her initial career.
Yeah.
And then but she does a part-time job now, and all the money from that job goes towards principal on the loan.
Okay. All right. So she's on board on all this. Sounds like she's
very much she realizes her situation.
She got her head in the game. She's not going to get to keep this property if she doesn't get her act together, and she's getting her act together. That's good.
Yeah, the property is what I feel like is the saving grace for her, and what the only thing that we have that keeps us from being
okay. So how's her health?
Financially, she's her health is good, not great.
Are you the sole heir?
I have a brother as well.
Okay. So what happens when she passes?
The land is split between my brother and myself.
What are you going to do then?
In terms of, my hope was to build up the storage business on there in order to offset any costs for her future home care.
I'm talking about your brother. How are you going to split the land with your brother when she's gone?
The land's large enough that we actually got an approval to property line wise split the property in half if we wanted to.
You can't. There is a mortgage on it.
That's one of the questions I had, questions for calling that I had for that was, I have stock from my company, and it's sort of just been plateauing for a while. And I was wondering if it would be wiser to take that money and roll it into her loan to pay it off, and then have the property storage sort of pay back.
How are you protected from your brother ending up with that money?
My mom has basically said that anything that I put into the land, she would modify her will to make sure that any money I put into the land is protected as first out. So if we had ultimately decided to sell the land, you would need to take a lien. You
would need to take a lien on the land for the $185,000. How much is the value of your stock?
Right now it's 120, but as it rolls off, it'll be 200, and then if the stock goes up, whatever growth from that.
Mm-hmm. as it rolls off? What do you mean?
Every quarter or so, I get more released to me.
Oh, so it's restricted. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you just got to. All right.
Stay with the company.
Yeah. Is your brother? Have you guys been having good communications with him on all this, so you don't get burned?
I mean, we're on the same page. I think I'm more on the hook financially.
Yeah,
than he is right
you're the
now.
only one on the hook,
obviously. But yeah, he's supportive and helps with the property and the management of things, and helps with my mom. So like he's on board with everything.
Okay. All right.
Like,
Yeah. Yes, I would pay off the
we don't have
mortgage
a
with your
ill will.
stock. Yes, because the mortgage is in your name. You have stock to pay off a mortgage that's in your name. Yes, I would. But you need to take a lien against the property. Take a mortgage against the property at no interest, and to be paid when to be taken as a that guarantees that her will functions. Because now you have a lien on the property, and your brother cannot get anything out of the property until that mortgage is paid. Okay?
Yeah.
And you got the ability to split the property easily because you're the mortgage holder then.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to split a property with a commercial mortgage holder unless you refinance.
Right. And if I guess the thing that I've gone back and forth with was between the money going from my stock into the property versus going into like retirement accounts and things for myself. Because I don't.
Well, this is your retirement because you're betting the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you went and borrowed $185,000, or you went and borrowed $200,000. Now it's down to $185,000. You act like your mother did this. You did this. It's you're liable. You have a mortgage. So no, you don't put money in retirement while you have a mortgage on a side piece of farmland. No, absolutely not. So you left the position of separation a long time ago. This is no longer separated. This is not your mom's
all entangled.
deal.
Yeah.
This is your deal because you signed up for it. And you're heavily invested with time and effort and everything else. I like where it's taking you guys overall because your mom has taken responsibility. She's reined herself in. She's, taken a job. I'm living on a budget. Your brother's involved.
But her $200,000, take a lien on the property for that.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever he pays off. If he takes $185,000, pays off the mortgage, he puts a lien against it for $185,000. That means $185,000 comes to him before he splits with his brother. After she's gone?
Yeah. Yeah. What about her $200,000 line of credit?
That's it. They refinanced it and took it out. They already took it out. They refinanced it. So that's the thing. So we're getting rid of that. And yeah, no debt now. The only debt is you, and you're not collecting on it until she's gone. And so that money's not working very hard for you, but you're dealing with third generation land. You guys are planning to keep it. You're not going to liquidate it. So there's no out for you other than pay off the debt. So you stepped into it and you got it on your shoe. That's the way it works. Our scripture of the day, Philippians 4:12, I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. Maya Angelou said, forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you loaned it.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. I like it. All right, Don's in Grand Rapids. Hey, Don, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. I see on my screen that you are a baby step millionaire. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well done. So what's your net worth?
It is $1,773,412.
Way to go, man. Way to go. Give me a little breakdown on that by category. What's it invested in?
Sure. It's 652,000 in 401k, 161,000 in a Roth IRA, 35,000 in a 529. Our mortgage, our house is paid for. Home value of 446,000. We have a cabin that's also paid for, valued at 385,000. And then we have 91,000 in cash.
All right. How old are you?
38. My wife and I are 38, and we became millionaires when we were 35.
Way to go. You did early.
done.
Congratulations. How much of this did you inherit?
We inherited about 90,000 from my wife's grandma when she passed away.
How long ago was that?
2018.
Were you already millionaires by then?
2022 is when we became millionaires.
Okay, so you shot up, man. Way to go.
Yep.
Okay, so mathematically, though, you did not become a millionaire because of inheritance.
No.
No, this is all you saving and dipping. And what's been your range of income since you started working? Best year, worst year?
Worst year, 45,000 household. The max is going to be this year. We're expecting it to be around 315,000.
What do you do for a living?
And so I work in supply chain, data analytics in the food manufacturing industry. My wife is a manager for the state of Michigan. So we both had incremental progress throughout our careers.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. So you got a degree in supply chain, logistics?
My degree is actually in general management, and I have an MBA in marketing.
Okay.
And my wife has a degree in environmental science and biology, and she also has an MBA, but that's in consulting.
Okay.
Nice.
So how do you attribute, the high of a 315, but that's just recently. So most of this time you've been making probably between 100 and 200, and you get to a net worth millionaire status at 35 years old. Somebody's 22 is listening to us right now. Tell them how you did that.
So we graduated college in 2011, living on nearly nothing. And once we got into our careers, we just pretended like we had no money and just put all of our income towards getting our debt paid off. So I graduated with $60,000 in debt and student loans. We got that paid off in 2 years. And we just really focused on putting our whole household behind getting out of debt. That's what we did. We bought our first house in May 2015. We paid that off in 4 years. And then, we paid off, we bought our cabin in 2023. We paid that off in 1 year. So I think really the big secret for us was being extremely focused on getting out of debt, putting our entire household behind it.
Well, and you've been systematically dumping money in this 401k and Roth like crazy too, because you got about 900 in that.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough that we've been able to contribute to our retirements, but also have a high enough income that we've made, got our debt paid off too. So,
lifestyle creep is not what I would say for you guys. You guys have stayed very intentional.
Yeah, if you look at us, we have a pretty average house with pretty average vehicles, and we wear pretty average clothes. So, walking down the street, you wouldn't see us and think we're millionaires, but we are. So it's pretty awesome.
Well, you weren't trying to impress anybody walking down the street. You're trying to impress the people in your house, you and your wife. That's all we care about, impressing. And so that sets it up. Wow. Very cool, man. So you think in today's world, the current economy, sitting right where we are, that if you came out of school, you could do this again in the same period of time or faster?
I mean, if I graduated right now, we had to do it all over again. We could probably do it as fast. We're just, that's just the kind of people we are. We both legitimately get angry at the debt that we had. When we first started paying off our mortgage, we don't even know what the minimum payment was, because we would pay 4 or 5 times that every month. So, and then every time we paid it down, we would get kind of excited about it. So we were spending thousands of dollars towards our mortgage, and it was awesome because our cost of living was so low that we could do it and it wouldn't hurt us. So, but now we're set up for life, and hopefully continues this way.
Great. What are you guys doing now for fun? Now that there's You guys make a great income. You're doing everything. You have no mortgages on either property. What does life look like now?
Well, we've got 2 kids. We have a 7-year-old and 4-year-old to keep us busy. We really enjoy going to our cabin. It's a good way to unwind and relax. We spend a lot of time with our families. We just took our kids to a surprise vacation over in Wisconsin. And, I think we're planning possibly going on a cruise next year.
So fun. That's great.
Being in a position to where we could do those things without really needing to worry about impacting our personal lives is very enjoyable and freeing.
Yeah. Wow. Very cool. Good for you guys. Well done. Well, we're getting ready to announce another Ramsey cruise, so be listening.
Great.
Join us on that one.
We'd love to have you. Way
Don,
to go,
that's
guys. I'm so proud of y'all.
In your 30s, that's incredible.
So what do you drive?
My wife drives a 2014 Chevy Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
We bought that in 2014. And we bought it new, but it was a pretty inexpensive car, but we paid that off about 3 months after we bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I drive a 2020 Ford F-150 that we paid cash for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you need to upgrade your wife's car. That car sucks.
Yeah, I know. You
have $2 million.
She's laughing at you right now. She can hear you.
Yeah, your wife's car sucks. You need to go get her a car, dude.
I will try. She likes her car, though.
I don't. Hey, Don, I'm proud of you guys. Way to go, y'all. We're so proud of you. Way to go. Baby Steps Millionaire is at 35 years old. We're talking to him here. He's 38. They are 38. They together. You did hear that very clearly. We talk up to couples about the correlation between the ability to build wealth and working together.
Oh, and the speed at which you do it, you're both all in.
Change up.
Yeah, you're going.
We both were mad at debt.
Mm-hmm.
We both agreed to put thousands of dollars on our mortgage.
We both were excited when we seen the numbers go down. It's like
you heard the unity
Mm-hmm.
all the way through that. So when we're trying to get you couples to combine your finances, we're trying to get you couples to be in agreement on where you're going and how you're going to get there. This is where it takes you. You're 38 years old with $1.7 million. And I'm griping you out to buy your wife a better car. That's where it gets you.
Yep.
Okay? Because you guys understand, when they're 44, if they do nothing else, this is $3.4 million. When they are 51, if they do nothing else, this is $7 million. This is where this is going. You want me to do it again? $14 million. You want me to do it again? $28 million in their 60s. That's where these numbers are going. That's how this works. And so once you get this thing going in the right direction and you quit supporting life insurance companies and banks and car companies and instead start supporting your own stinking family, you become this guy. This guy's unbelievable. This couple's a rock star, man. Power couple.
And the values align.
Don't tell me you can't do it. Don't tell me the American dream is dead. I talk to people like Don every week. I just think you've been listening to your communist college professor too much. This free enterprise system stuff works, boys and girls. Go do what Don did. That puts this hour of the Ramsey Show in the books. We'll be back with you before you know it. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.